Hi friends, welcome back to Texas Family Life. My name is Kristy. I'm a mama of 7 with baby number 8 on the way. So today I just kind of want to talk to y'all about perfection and people who are in the limelight and the spotlight. I don't even consider myself someone like that at this point. Who's that, Susie? But I do get comments a lot from a lot of y'all who talk about how my patience with my children is encouraging to you, or that you wish you were more patient with your children, or that you wish you were a different kind of mother or wife, or whatever the case may be. So I just wanted to kind of hop on here and reassure you, okay? So right now I have 7 children under the age of 8, and I'm pregnant with our 8th child. I'm big pregnant. My husband is not able to work right now. He's on disability, so he's home. And so I'm doing a lot right now. And it is hard, and there are some days that aren't so good. So I'm just kind of letting y'all know that what you see on my YouTube channel is the best of what goes on here in my family and at our house. I'm not gonna show y'all things like my children throwing fits or getting upset. Now, we are we are on the more strict side of parenting. We expect a lot from our children. But that's not to say that they don't have their bad days where they, are pouting, or that they need an extra nap. And that's not to say that, like, my children never have bad days. They do act up. And am I going to show that kind of stuff on camera? I'm not, because they're all still so young. And, sometimes they'll say they don't want to be a part of a video. And I just say, okay. But I'm also not going to record them at their worst, just like I'm not going to record myself fussing at them and show y'all. So it does happen. Just because you don't see it, it doesn't mean that, like, we have it all figured out and it's all perfect, because that is the farthest from the truth. We are imperfect, perfectly imperfect, I would like to say, because we have such bad days sometimes where I plan to record a video and it just doesn't happen because everything's kind of like falling apart. So it's just like, we're not going to record today. We're not going to do this video because no one's getting along, mama's upset, daddy's in a bad mood, and things like this. So, we have our bad days. And then you don't see much of my husband on my videos, and we have a very good relationship, but we have our fights. We have always had our fights. I think a good marriage isn't without fights. I think a good marriage is a marriage that has arguments, and then they work through it and get through it, and even doing so in front of the kids. We don't really hide that from the kids, because I don't want them to go into marriage thinking like, oh, it's perfect, there should never be fighting, because that's not real. And just like when you're watching my videos, like, if you don't have children, I hope that you know that, like, you're gonna get upset with your children, and your children are gonna get upset with you, and you're gonna have these really hard days where you feel super alone and like, what am I doing wrong? But that's not a bad thing. It's just life. And what's the bad thing is that we are so exposed to social media and YouTube and like everything there is to see. We can see it all, and we see only the good. And you know this, you've heard this, I'm sure, 100 times. But when we only see the good, we're like looking at ourselves where we see everything, and we're like, what's wrong with us? What am I doing wrong where this person has it all together? Now, like I said, our kids are pretty great. We love them to pieces, but man, it is hard some days. And there is whining, like Marisol is in a whiny phase where she whines a lot. Izzy is 8 years old, so she's still kind of figuring out how to become an older child, still wanting to be kind of like the baby, and still wanting to like do her own thing and be selfish, because children are selfish. Like, they only care about themselves because they're children, and they don't know any different. Every single one of our kids, they have their little things, and just like me, I am not the most patient person. I appear so on my videos because I'm not going to show myself fussing at my children. Nobody wants to watch that. Like, you don't come to my channel so you can watch me fuss at my kids. And it is something I work on daily. I pray for guidance. And recently I had told my priest that I was asking Our Lady, like, help me be a mom like you were to Jesus, like you were the best mom. And he's like, not to be mean, but that's impossible, because Jesus was perfect, and Mary was the mother of God, So how about you try asking that Mary prays for you and Jesus prays for you and all the saints pray for you to be the mother your children need you to be. And that was so profound, because it's true. Like, I don't need to be like Mary was to Jesus. I need to be who my children need me to be. And so I've been praying lately that I'm the mother they need me to be, and the wife that my husband needs me to be. Nothing more, nothing less. But I think every day you've got to strive to do your best and know that everyone is having a struggle at some point or another. Like, having one kid is hard, having 2 kids is hard, having 7 kids is hard. Having a husband that works full-time is hard. Having a husband home on disability is hard. Having everything's gonna have its challenges. And what's gonna make or break you is what you let make or break you. So knowing that normal life isn't perfect, I think, is very important, especially for like your mental health. You've got to know that nobody has it all together. Even like the most rich person who's able to pay all their bills on time, who can buy all the extra stuff, they've got struggles. And I have my struggles with my family. And that's another saying that I just absolutely love, is that if everyone stood in a circle and threw their problems in the middle, you'd be quick to grab yours back. Like my husband and I have struggles, but we were talking the other day, I'm like, we have our struggles, and that's not, once again, I'm not going to talk about this necessarily on camera, but it's like, I'm thankful that, neither of us is an alcoholic, that neither of us is abusive, that both of us are striving to grow our family and to be, faithful to each other and to our children and to our church. And then we talk about the struggles we do have, and we're like, yeah, they suck. I'm sorry for the language, but they do. It's not fun to have any imperfections, but also, like, if we don't have any imperfections, we don't need Jesus, right? So the whole point of church and like the Eucharist is that we go there to be washed in his blood and to be brought closer to him, and to be redeemed through him, which, once again, we don't need him if we're perfect. So none of us are perfect. All of us are sinners. All of us have our issues. And it's just, as Catholics like to say, like, this is our cross to bear. So God gave you a cross so that you could join with him and be closer to him in his suffering. So you just pick up your cross and follow him. You pick up your hardships and you hand them to God and you say, help, I need your help with this. And you get through it because you've leaned on him and you've let him be your light. So if you are having struggles in your family, which I'm sure you are, or you will, or you have, lean on God, turn to him, and be just fully aware. The devil wants you to see everyone is perfect and yourself is imperfect. He wants to make you not belong. He wants to isolate you, because if he can get you by himself, he can get you to do all the things that you don't want to do. He can get you to be the person that you're not meant to be. So be open with yourself, with your spouse, with your family. Like, I have my best friend, and I'm able to come to her and be like, my kids, I tell you what, or my husband, or myself, like my attitude, I just am such a bad mood. And I can talk to her, and I'm not alone. I'm bringing it to light. Now, I'm not like doing the gossiping. You can't go and gossip, but you have to have that one person that you can vent to, and they're gonna be like, girl, I got you. Like, I'm going through the same thing, or I just went through the same thing. And you're not alone, because guess what? I have 10 piles of laundry waiting to be done, and we haven't had a fresh baked meal in 2 weeks, and my husband and I keep getting in little spats. And it's someone that you can talk to that you don't feel alone, because you're not going to really find that on the internet. And when you do, it's like the extreme, because I am getting very tired of seeing the husband bashing that is going on like Instagram and stuff. It's like people are talking about how much they do as a wife and how their husbands do nothing. So much like support for the negativity too. There's a lot less support for like, it's gonna be okay, like you're gonna make it through, and we just need to hear that sometimes. So, super long video, all of this just to say, like, we are not perfect. My kids get in trouble, my kids misbehave, we have high expectations for them. It does take a lot of hard work and a lot of like child rearing. It's called child rearing because you're training them into the adult that they're gonna grow to be. So yes, we correct them a lot. And we expect a lot from them, and they know that. And that's just kind of a beautiful thing as a parent, is like, I love you so much that I'm trying to make you into the person that will thrive when you become an adult. Like, you can't act like this and get away with it when you're 18, 19, 20. You can't just take someone's things when you're an adult. You can't just give up and walk away just because you don't feel like it anymore. So we work really hard to round our children out, and it shows, you know. You can see it in a lot of the videos. Like I said, we're not perfect. Don't think we're perfect. Don't think we have it all together, because we don't. And like I said, I just don't think YouTube and my videos are a place to share these struggles with y'all, simply because I want this to be a place you come for encouragement. And I do want you to know that you're not alone. You're not alone in your struggles. Don't give up today. Lean on God when things get hard. When things get hard. And don't keep it all to yourself. You got to find someone you can chat with. Go talk to your priest. Go talk to your best friend. Go talk to your mother. You know, there's somebody there for you. And if not, you gotta build your community, and you gotta find somebody. But I hope this video found y'all well today. I hope you have a blessed rest of your week, and I hope that you just remember, like, you are so loved. Even when you feel alone, Jesus is there, and you are never alone. And nobody's perfect. Nobody's perfect. Everyone has their hard times. So I can't wait to see y'all again soon. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.